All right, begin.
What's going on, YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys woke up happy and healthy this morning. That's the most important thing. So Peter Thomas is back in the news, guys, for what? None other than having financial issues. Okay, so we all know how much he financially struggled on the Real Housewives of Atlanta and how he used Cynthia Bailey up to no end when it came to using her finances to support Bar One in Charlotte and also a bar in Atlanta. You know, this brother has had multiple establishments closed due to the fact that he couldn't keep them up and running. Now, here recently, some new allegations have surfaced in regards to Peter not being able to keep Bar One afloat down in Miami, okay? So basically what they're saying is that the employees there are having issues cashing their checks, and once again, the IRS is after Peter. So this past Friday, Claudia Jordan, Funky Dineva, and Al, they decided to talk about it on their show. I believe it's called TGIF or something like that. I don't know. It's on Fox Soul. So they talked about Peter's financial woes. Now, this is the thing. Claudia Jordan, Funky Dineva, and Al, they're supposed to be good friends with Peter. And before Funky Dineva said what he had to say about Peter and his financial situation, he said that he hated to do this because Peter was such a great friend. Now, I'm going to go ahead and play you a clip of the conversation between Claudia, Funky Dineva, and Al. Now, the clip is 5 minutes, so if you want to skim through it, go ahead and be my guest. But I wanted to play the whole clip so you guys can get a gist of what they had to say and why Peter clapped back in the fashion that he did. So here's the clip, and then I'll be back.
I'll be back.
All right, moving on. Real Housewives, well, former Real Housewives of Atlanta star Peter Thomas seems to be in hot water again. His bank accounts have been frozen and he owes money to the employees of his popular lounge, Bar One. Now, Peter claims that his bank accounts were frozen by the IRS. Well, what are your thoughts on Peter trending again, once again, because of his finances? It seems like this has happened, a few times.
I really hate this. And when I saw this story on our sheet, I was like, doggone it, I got to talk about it.
Yeah.
And this man is my friend. Like, Peter is my friend. Like, when my parents died, called me, how you doing? When I go to the restaurant, Peter is my friend. But this is my job. My friends stay in the news by financial problems with doggone accounts. And, I taking it a step further, being from Miami, I know people who know Peter from his 90s club days when he was promoting clubs and bars in Miami. And they were saying it was the same thing then, that Peter Thomas just does not change his stripes when it comes to the way that he does business. And it's, I don't know if it's unfortunate, because I will say this: each and every time Peter hits them headlines, he come back bigger and better. He does. So I don't know if he changed his scheme, if he changed his racketeering, if he changed the laundromat that he laundering the money through. If Peter, don't be mad at me, brother, because I'm trying to have your back on this one. But the article say those people need their damn paycheck, and I know how hard they work at Bar One. So, I don't know.
Al, what do you think about this?
Well, let me tell you something. Q, Peter is a friend of mine as well, at least in my mind. We talk, we catch up. I enjoy spending time with him when I go by the bar. This is the thing. I think Peter, if nothing else, is consistent, right?
Consistently late.
No, you can't say that you never heard this before, but I say this. I say Peter probably need to let somebody else handle the accounting and the books and the finances, and he stick to doing what he does best, and that is creating an incredible space to hang out and dine in, creating an incredible ambiance for people to come in and let their hair down and relax and have fun. I mean, he just really knows how to create a place to do those things and to eat well. And listen, on the other hand, businesses have problems, and especially small businesses. I remember when I was a professor at HBCU, I've had to hold my check a couple of times because payroll wasn't right. So, there's a double side to every coin, right? Two sides to every coin. But in this case, he is consistent. He just needs to get somebody to take care of the finances.
I think it's real easy for people on social media who don't have a pot to piss into come for Peter. But the fact is, Peter has a beautiful restaurant in a very high value, high real estate value part of Miami, where to even get that, you had to be doing something right. And also you got to keep in mind that we are going in and out of a pandemic and things are just not what they used to be right now. Now, yes, didn't just start with the pandemic. There's been problems before that, but the restaurant business, from what I hear, is one of the most difficult businesses to be successful at, period. And especially Miami, things come and go all the time. So I'm not dragging Peter on this. I'm not going to drag him. As long as it's your money that you're losing and not anyone else's, it's all good. And I believe it's just him now. You know what I mean? So, Peter, we wish you the best. I like your spot. My girl Jessica used to work there as a hostess. And we would love to pull up the boat when we all there boating with Funky Dineva one day and come back to your spot. All right. Good luck, Peter.
Okay, someone just called me and tell me about a story that's on Fox Soul. And they said the people that's talking about you, Peter, is people that call you friend. All right, so I don't know what Fox Soul is, so I Googled it and I went and looked. And I saw Hal Reynolds, which has my phone number, Claudia Jordan, which has my phone number, and Funky Diva, which has my phone number, and come to the restaurant probably once or twice a month. Okay, it's talking about me and my financial woes. Strange, because all three people got my number now. Okay, so I don't know if it is that they need ratings. I don't know if it is that they need followers, okay, to keep that program afloat. I never went there. But anyway, none of them call me. But you're talking about me like a dog without even verifying any validity to the story that got out there. Okay, this is how the devil work, because I'm about to open a restaurant in Baltimore next month. Okay, and if shit like this was real, woo, I would have a warm time. Okay, so I'm addressing it. Okay, you cannot say I'm your friend. Okay, but you're a journalist, because let's be real, none of y'all are journalists. Okay, I think Claudia is on a radio show down there. She's a radio personality. She's not a journalist. Al Reynolds, I don't believe he is. Funky Diva, you've been doing this online shit, YouTube shit, whatever, for a while. You ain't no fucking journalist. And y'all ain't no real friends. Because if y'all were, y'all would have called and said, yo, Peter, does anybody at Bar on Miami Beach have problem cashing their check? And the answer would be no. Hell fucking no. Because you know what? The employees would have jumped all over their shit if they wasn't able to cash their check. I promise you they would. But everybody at Bar on Miami Beach does so well. All right. And when them servers are going to go cash their $1,500, $2,000 check, okay, because they get paid so well, okay, all right, they have no issue cashing their check. How about that? Okay. So really do some research before y'all start running your mouth. Okay. All right. And slandering the person name. Al Reynolds, Claudia Jordan, and Funky fucking Diva. Okay. Because the shit that y'all are saying is up. Okay. None of my establishment. Yeah, I have tax problem in the past. And yeah, those taxes are being paid. Okay. But sometimes you got to wait. You got to open Miami Beach. You got to pay taxes up here. Okay. You got to take your shot out. I took my shot. Okay. Open Miami Beach and I'm still paying my taxes. Okay. Because you got to. That's how you stay in business. If not, these people are up. Okay. But before y'all start talking about people can't cash their check, please verify that. What's up? Okay. All right. Don't try to come up on me and at the same time call me friend. That's really.
All right, so you guys heard what Funky Dineva, Claudia Jordan, and Al had to say about Peter's finances. You also heard and seen Peter clap back. And it seems that Peter feels betrayed because he alluded to the fact that all three of these individuals have his phone number and nobody reached out to check out the validity of the claims that are circulating out there in those Miami streets, okay? So I understand Peter on that. Now, this is the thing. I did catch the shade that Claudia actually threw at the end. She basically said that I hope that Peter is losing his money and not anyone else's. And she was alluding to the fact of what I mentioned earlier when I said that Peter used Cynthia when he was on the Real Housewives of Atlanta to fund a lot of businesses and they lost a lot of money. So basically she threw a little shade in there. She threw a little dart, a little dart right there in the middle, and she landed it bullseye, right? And so, listen, I understand where Peter is coming from, but I do feel that Peter needs to realize that he created this narrative for himself when it comes to business, because so many businesses that he's opened has failed on his watch. So, it's like any little slip up in the financial department when it comes to business in regards to Peter, people are going to always go back to the failed business plans that happened in his past. And so if you don't have those failed businesses, like a lot of people have failed businesses, Peter is not the only one. But what I'm saying is, it seems like it just keeps happening to Peter, and he's been in the public spotlight, especially when he was on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So the lens is zeroed in on him a little bit more. And on top of that, when it comes to Peter, it just seems like this is a repetitive thing. He's always in the news for some financial issues, and it's not a good look. But listen, I feel him. Maybe Funky.Neva and the crew should have reached out to him first to get some facts, if they were facts, or if he was going to lie his way out of it. I don't know. But he says that there's nothing wrong with his employees being able to cash checks. His bank accounts are not frozen. So, hey, it is what it is. Now, I will say this in closing. Sometimes when it comes to your friends, your family, and certain celebrities that you love, we tend to be a bit biased, right? Or reluctant to talk about them in a negative manner. And the one thing that I can respect about this Fox Soul panel is the fact that even though they have a relationship with Peter, they still put the information on the docket to discuss Peter and his financial woes, right? Now, the one thing that I would say is I believe that Funky.Neva went a little bit too far when he said that Peter may be money laundering or racketeering and things like that. Those are very serious claims, and those are very serious charges. So I don't know why he thought it was funny to, allege that type of behavior, right? And so he went a little bit too far when he went there. So I can understand Peter's frustration and anger in regards to what he heard. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna let this go and let y'all have that in the comments. Drop down and let me know what you think about this whole entire situation. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll get with you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.